I just finished up reading an article about how the author thought that we were headed for hyperinflation in this country, based on a lot of reasons, like how stocks are overvalued and a lot of people aren't working, and the amount of debt this country's in. It reminded me of a video I saw a little while ago about how when things get bad in a country, the government would actually not only give people money but be inclined to like pay off people's debts so that we'd be more inclined to spend money to keep money flowing through the economy. Almost like money is the lifeblood, keeping the economy and the government even alive. I saw a little while ago about how Warren Buffett sold off stocks that he had and bought up stocks in gold. Gold and guns seem to be the good indicator of when things are going bad. The wealthy buy guns and everyone else, the wealthy buy gold and then the rest of us buy guns and ammo. It could be really, really bad or it could be really, really good. Depends on your outlook and where you are, I guess. I don't really think it's a good thing that we have this huge country where we're very different from region to region, and we seem to want to bicker over how one area should behave versus another. I'm not really in favor of, say, like the New England states telling the desert states what to do with their borders, or people in like the West Coast states protesting what's going on in the rest of the country or something like that. Like, it just needs to be regional. That's how government should be. Not this gigantuan, almost Soviet type government. It's just bloated. All these government agencies that I almost wonder if there's enough tax dollars in a year to pay for the cost of all the different government agencies that we have. I'm guessing there's not enough, but just made me wonder. Government needs to be small. It needs to be more localized. It's just getting way too out of hand, and generally speaking, it's too far away from where we are. I mean, aside from a few people, like say in DC, like the way things were after the fall of Rome, how Europe kind of reshaped itself and became smaller countries. That's sort of the model I see for America. Sort of following in Rome's footsteps. Like I said before, DC is Rome. And we're getting pretty close to that point that looked like towards the end of Rome. I don't know if that's going to happen, or if, who knows, I may grow old under this political system, this government. I have no idea. But I do think it would be much better for the people, for us, on a local level, to have more localized government. Say, like I live in the Midwest, have the Midwest become a country, for instance, and use that model for the rest of the country, based on region, of course. I don't really think it's a good thing when a country has like a major presence on the world stage. It may be good for that government or that president or quote unquote ruling elite, but it's not good for the everyday citizen. It doesn't help us when every time there's some kind of problem, they want to jump in, but they let the people here suffer and the country, fall to pieces. And that's not necessarily like those on the left or those on the right. It's just they, in general, seem to do that to us. And I don't really think the way that we're shown things is how it is. I think it's more like that movie V for Vendetta, where the people working the news crew are like, do you think they'll buy it? It's almost like both sides are sat down at a desk, maybe with, say, the Rothschilds or someone like that, and they tell them how it's going to be. I like to follow, or I like to compare what's going on to cards in something called Illuminati playing cards. Came out in 1994, and it's predicted things like 9/11 and 7/7 and Fukushima and a lot of other things. Even Trump being elected. That's how I knew he was going to be elected. There's a card that says, enough is enough. Looks an awful lot like Trump. I think it even foretells what's going to happen with him coming up. I won't go into that, but if you look at what that card says, you'll see what I'm saying. My guess is that card, charismatic leader, would follow, more suggesting the vice president, not Joe Biden. But anyways, I don't really think it's a good thing, the amount of debt this country's in. Having a currency, a fiat-based currency that's just based on how much of it's in circulation, having lots and lots and lots of it in circulation is not really a good thing. I guess let's leave it there.